Okay.
Jensen, that one, where does it go?
Can we start? Because we have how much time? Nothing.
That's what we're saying, like.
Thank you,
but
with
that's-
30 minutes.
30 now.
That's how we, that's like the first parts.
Okay.
How we approach science, what do we learn?
Claro. And
It's
it's
just
well.
like putting it in action, like linking science.
Can we start, please?
30 minutes.
Until 12.
Yes.
Ah,
We have a quarter.
no, it's 10 to.
12 minutes.
Okay, so when we are going, this is the list of those who approach me based on the discussion. So we have 5. Although there is some consensus that one of these is one of the cross-cutting, so we can discuss if it's one or just we leave it at cross-cutting. The first one is change how we approach science. We try to phrase as an action rather as a question, so ignore the question mark. Meet increasing and changing demand equitably. Overarching social ecological uncertainty, and this is the one that Ben wants to highlight that it's cross-cutting, so we have to discuss this before voting. Cross-scale interactions and mismatch, and link scientific knowledge, society needs, technology, and governance. Yeah? So now, we are going to vote, and then we discuss if this is over cross-cutting aspect or just we leave it out, okay?
I think we should discuss it before we vote.
Okay,
Because
so we
it's
discuss
discussion
before
for
voting.
voting.
Uh,
Then, should we include it as part of the voting, or should we just assume that that one is a given, is cross-cutting against the backdrop of this uncertainty? What are the 3 challenges? Or do we want, do we think we can highlight that as one of the challenges? That's open for discussion. But it's up to you.
No, it's up to us, but we have 10 minutes.
To me, again, I keep thinking of the format of a synthesis paper, that's not so much a challenge as a discussion. We come up with the 3 challenges, and then that uncertainty, then we discuss all the challenges within the context of that uncertainty.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I
what
like the idea, so
That's what I think.
we can agree that this is,
That's not the one.
sorry.
But I think that both of those function in that way.
Yeah.
Well, then we have our 3.
Yeah.
So if both are cross-cutting, then we have the 3.
Yes.
Can I ask, just for clarification, what do we mean by change how we approach science? How, does that include a change in, not just how disciplines work with one another, but also a change in how science and society interact?
Yeah.
I think it means that goes to the co-design, so
Yeah.
from formulating questions to how we disseminate knowledge
Yeah.
to the reward structures.
Okay, then can I then clarify a little bit, because this is a potential language problem, conceptual language problem. This word co-production or words co-production, co-design, and so on, I think they might mean somewhat different things to different people in this room, perhaps. That's my impression, just from the little bit of that I've heard so far. I think that what, so to some, it means something precise that has actually been occurring, like co-production of understanding and attitudes has occurred in the past. It's always occurring, right? It's just that it may not have been very purposeful, or scientists may not have played a very purposeful role in that process, right? And that, so it's not as though we have to generate, we have to make co-production happen. It's always been happening. We have to essentially acknowledge and realize how it happened in the past and characterize that. In some cases, that means working with historians and so on, right? And then we have to, but then the challenge is to change the way that occurs. and be more purposeful, essentially, participants in that process. And that's the way I interpret it, largely based on my own readings of a admittedly limited amount of the social science literature and the STS literature, like Sheila Jasnow's writing, for example. Am I correct, or are others like confused by that?
Well, I think you're correct, but I don't know if, well, I don't know if this is a place or time to go into those details. Because for me, I just step back and I look and just to say, when I think of it, so I don't really think of it as a solution, like one solution. I think of it as that there is a challenge.
Yeah.
And how we address the challenge. For example, I was in a meeting in Iskra not too long ago where they brought 50 policymakers, 50 scientists from Europe, 50 policymakers, 50 scientists from Africa, and these are like who work in our space. And these are like advisors to ministers, and they were parliamentarians in this case in the JRC. And then they brought people from the World Bank, like they brought a lot of people from organizations that funds research. And this lady said 80% of the science we produce is useless. And that's what she said. She said 80% of the science you produce is useless, and so we cannot use it. So it's also, what kind of science are we producing? So for me, it's a much bigger question than just co-production.
Yeah.
It's like our science demand driven. And there was a whole lot of other stuff on and training was really interesting meeting on how we interact with the politicians.
Yeah, it's
in order to get our
relationship.
that relationship. And all this and for me, it's just one little
One
part
point.
of it. Like
Okay.
one little part of
But
it.
also keep in mind, Calder, when we write this synthesis paper, we will acknowledge the successes, the progress we've made. So some of those things that you talk about would go under that in terms of the progress, successes we've made.
Okay,
And I-
that answers my question about the first one, so
But the thing
fairly
is that
inclusive.
we have the statement or the action, and then there is 2 sessions for developing these actions.
So
So
again,
we shape them, okay? It's not like, it's rather vague right now, but we have to fill with content.
yeah, so for example, I agree with those, but I just don't feel like I see a lot of diversity within each of those.
A lot of diversity.
A lot of different components and.
Yeah, and this is why each challenge should be
Okay.
filled by different sub-challenge or subheadings.
I want to say that I would think about stating one to acknowledge that science is changing, but I don't think that so for example, there is what Colin was talking about, there is now an intentional co-production of knowledge that's very prevalent, but I don't think we necessarily know how to do that very well or if it actually works. And so just somehow making that so that it's not such a declarative statement, but rather getting at continuing to try to understand how science is changing and how that can help us understand the kinds of challenges.
Yeah, it makes it, the way that it's stated, change how we approach science, makes it seem like we already know what needs to be done, and we just turn a lever and then it will happen. But instead, that actually requires some introspection and self-evaluation, ongoing learning about essentially how science and the scientific process works itself and so on. So anyway, I think that's it's inclusive of that kind of complexity we just.
And my suggestion is when we split in groups, you phrase the challenge as an action and then the question. Okay, so then we have the 2 and we are all in the same page. Here was kind of brainstorming, right? So when we split in groups, there is the challenge and then the questions we want to answer. Yeah?
Okay, I want to say we have 3 minutes left. And we're gonna be very.
I'm
respectful.
very glad that we finish
So-
on time.
Do we have to vote?
Actually, we agree that this is cross-cutting, and these 3 issues would consider uncertainty across scale, mismatches, and interactions. We have none, but we have to agree upon this.
Can you clarify number 5?
I I cannot because I don't understand.
Okay, because I think it,
You tell me and I write what you tell me.
I just think it lost the water thread somehow. But it doesn't, to me, it doesn't capture that grouping, the governance grouping.
The last one is knowledge, society.
Linking scientific knowledge, society needs technology and governance.
So I guess that is the one of, no, governance, participation, this is what this means? Right?
It's governance, it's also society needs, can be participation and
So
including
values.
stakeholders, is also including scientific knowledge. But I'm not sure exactly what this means in terms of real actions, but this is the challenge
So
for the,
I guess I came up with the phrasing, it was to be inclusive of the concepts we had talked about. So initially it was linking knowledge and governance, but then we also get into the issue of values. You know, we have several challenges related to values. That gets into potentially societal needs, right? And then the technology, Felix brought up some different concerns with society and technology. And then the governance is, again, these may not be the most appropriate terminology, but it was meant to be inclusive.
like. So to me, this maybe needs some kind of rephrasing in order to be rather vague, like less vague, sorry. While this one is kind of straight away. But we can just, my suggestion is just to do now the lunch break, because I see your faces like some kind of
Yeah,
faces.
Yeah, unless anybody wants to make any final comment.
I just want to make one final comment. I just wanted to show you, I don't know if you see. Just for, you want to project it? It's going to take time. I don't want to take it.
I think if this is important, we can just do it right after the break.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, it's just to give more, maybe to you, in terms of the, how the science. So so there are different aspects, there's a format, there's a form, there's a timing, and so there are different aspects of the science that, like 4 or 5 aspects of our science that could be changed.
Okay.
So, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but this might be useful.
Is that a public?
If you go to this room,
Yeah,
this is the content that we
Yeah.
have to put.
for sure, yeah.
Is that a paper published?
Can we discuss this
Okay.
in a lunch?
Yes.
That's part of the problem, Antonio, because scientists think only of publications as evidence, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You know what, the is a problem, it is a problem, and the problem is the reward structure.
I don't understand that.
The reward.
This is not valid.
Say again?
But that's a scientific way of thinking.
Yeah, that's part of number one.
Yeah.
That's part of number one.
Okay, so now we have lunch, and our suggestion for all of us is to get out from here. There is a little hike here, like right here, that Maury, do you know how to get in there? So Maury can show us how to get in there and then spend 1 hour. So we are great.
So eat in this room.
Eat in this room, or if you are not absolutely welcome to bring the food outside if you want. But my suggestion is eat and then get out. Be here. Wow.
Because I mean, oral arrangements. I like eat and get say it on it, but I don't want to derail the whole thing. So,
Okay, no.
especially where I'm going, I don't know. Someone, no, but that's the thing, I don't want to.
Charles.
That's why I say it's on it. But I don't know it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Antonio.
Bring,
Forward the chair, bring that by imaging science and management. Scholars of opinion and It's not
Es que este y este. Yo poner aquí lo de cuotas, y si no, más presentar la deficiencia.
Yeah. Similar type of idea that you look at one in this case, we are
Que para
looking trying to look at it from the challenges with like spatial temporal mismatch.
Estos son las de la gente para guardar. Estos son los de después de estas.
I think that
Los
that
segundos.
spatial temporal
Vale, para guardarlo
perspective
y
would be
Ese es el segundo. Y te guardas estas primeras
Well, we
como
certainly
primeras,
not from
estas
the
como segundas, para tener permiso. Luego le vamos a ponerle alguna señal para saber si es una
how
de
we
las dos.
approach science.
Y si quieres de fondo,
How we make science.
sí.
And the other is like how we can make the system itself more sustainable. What we want to look at.
No sé qué va a ser más fácil. Voy a preguntar una cosa a los cuatro. Si empezar con data needs o empezar con la descripción. Va a ser una cosa así. Va a ser más fácil la descripción. Nos da ahí ahora una cosa súper genérica. Pues para otros es para que
Sí, yo tenía yo estaba
que los
pensando,
hemos sido tan...
yo estaba pensando que de hecho, o sea, la necesidad de aglutinar en challenge, ahora hay que volver atrás para estar claro que todo esto, por eso yo creo que habría que tener esto muy claro.
I know, I don't know
Y
why.
es muy tangible, porque eso por ser inclusivos y por ampliar son apuntos como tan genéricas que nos hemos salido de
Pero ahora viene por sí.
Pero ahora de verdad, sería más bien que pensar en data bailable, porque es mucho más fácil pensar en data ahora que data. ¿No? Y que sean como que pongan también subheadings, que incluye, ¿vale?
Así que vamos a que
A mí me pasó también, o sea, la cosa que nos pasó hasta que llegamos a los challenge, luego es normal.
Yo creo que es bueno que para todos comamos.
Sí, yo quería hacer esto para entrar allá, pero esto lo dejamos así como para que lo vean. Sí, los cutting es para los que ya tienen.
Although I have never
Entonces, todos los que tengan esto son los que están rellenados. Mira, es otro color. Uno naranja y uno rojo. Supongo que este es por un lado y aquí llevaron los dos.
More like essentially stories.
Yeah.
Sobre todo que
Essentially, I just downloaded these data, so I was gonna say.
para el color,
It's actually very similar.
ya, pero también lo volvemos incluso